transfer stories there with the cricket. Delap opts for Chelsea over United, their take. In the Times, again, the cricket features the ODI win over the West Indies. Welcome to Brookball. £30 million Delap set for Chelsea, and City eye former Liverpool number 2 Pep Lijnders. In the Sun, we'll be back at Haaland at the heart of a 10-year domination plan for City, a robot mock-up of Haaland. Enzo's Delap and Sancho deals, Chelsea featuring there, and so Ahmed at mum abuse, Ahmed Diallo. And that is concerning an insult towards his mum, he says. Well, let's start with Liam Delap's move to Chelsea. And, Charlie, come to you with the Telegraph. The headline, Delap opts for Chelsea over United. Is that your understanding, and is that a common sense decision based on Champions League or something more deep about the state of the clubs?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think Chelsea have been confident of getting their man for some time, even though there's been unbelievable interest in Delap from Manchester United and Everton and Newcastle. Because, you know, he's 22, he's had a good season with Ipswich, tailed off a bit towards the end, I thought, but got 12 goals, but he's seen as a real talent. And it's been a decent few days for Chelsea, isn't it? Of course, having won a European trophy, not won, a competition they really wanted to be in, but nevertheless, they've also got Champions League football, and now it looks as though they've got a really good striker, or certainly a forward with real potential. It'll be really interesting to see how he gets on. Of course, he's played for Enzo Maresca before at Manchester City at the academy. He's played with Cole Palmer before in the academy at Manchester City. And I think that has maybe swayed his decision, along with the fact that comparing Chelsea and Manchester United at the moment, well, there is no comparison, is there? So I can see why he's made that choice.
No, indeed. And he scored 35 goals in 36 games for the under-21s under Maresca's point out John Percy and Mike McGrath in the Telegraph. Let's go to the Times, continue with the same theme, Jonathan. £30 million Delap set for Chelsea. Peter Rutzler and Paul Hurst with the story there for them. What is this? Is this a sign of a great potential or a bit of a gamble? What do you make of Liam Delap, the coveted attention he's receiving at 22 years of age?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously he's not the finished article as a striker, but he has so many of the attributes that a lot of players of his age don't have. If you are a club of Chelsea's size and you're shopping in the market for a number 9 or a striker, you want the physical aspect. You want someone who can hold the ball up. You want someone who works hard off the ball, and you want someone with Premier League experience. And those players don't exist. A lot of that, if you're looking for an English or a Premier League experience number 9 who's getting games at 21, 22, they just aren't around. Delap is very much in a class of one in that respect, and yeah, he probably needs to work on elements of his game. He's still a developing player. Ironically, given his size, he probably needs to work on his aerial game a little bit, but he has shown so much class and so much heart and character with Ipswich this season. And his game has come on so much. Basically, they signed him as a winger almost. He was playing as a winger last season in the Championship, but he's learned that number 9 role. He's added levels. He's added physicality to his game. And for that fee, I think it's an absolute... I mean, yes, it's obviously a gamble in the sense that all talent is a gamble. But for that fee, you're not getting a striker anywhere near that class for anywhere like that kind of fee. So I think for Chelsea and their ownership, it's just it's a no-brainer.
Attractive release clause, isn't it, Charlie? In the Mirror, the headline, Delap of honour. What's your take on what happens next season at Charlie?
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Anybody home? Yes, maybe not. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good whatever time it might be in your location. Our brothers and sisters in Australia or India somewhere, they just woke up now, so good morning to them. So we are here evening in the US, and it could be already sleeping time in Nigeria or some other countries. So we are happy, and we are back again here to talk about football. And feel free to call us, because we have this link here that you can click and call us for free. And also, don't forget to smash the like button if you want to help your brother out. You want to help the channel. You want more people to join us. All you have to do is to smash the like button. Yeah, thank you so much. Much appreciated. So, Mr. Oda. Oga, hello? Unmute yourself, please. Unmute yourself, Mr. Oda. Mr. Chukwudi. Hello, Nigeria. Hi, Niger. Come on, bro. We can't hear you. Okay, so whenever you fix your microphone, you can call us back. History maker, Mr. DJ Sav, back from vacation. What's going on, brother? Are you still there? Are you still in Bulgaria, right? Which?
No, I'm Romania, bro.
Oh, Romania.
My wife's home country.
Oh, yeah.
Still here, bro. Still
you're
here.
Still there?
Managed to watch. Yeah, I'm still here. We're coming back next week. Wednesday next week. So
good.
Yeah, still here.
Good.
Managed to watch the final yesterday, bro, which was great. And you know, I didn't realize, Augs, yeah, we have so many Chelsea fans down here in Romania, bro. It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
A load of them, yeah. They're full.
Wow.
I think the program I was watching, the sports channel I was watching on here, all Chelsea fans, all of the Chelsea to win, and then I went round and about today, and you had a lot of the getting a lot of congrats because I had my Chelsea. I wore all the Chelsea. I think I was the only one wearing the Chelsea colours today, with a Chelsea jacket and everything on today, walking around. So yeah, it was nice. It was nice to see that all today, but it was good. I was really impressed with it, mate. Really impressed. But yeah, we did the business, bro. We did the business.
Got the business done. People can say it's a Mickey Mouse Cup, but nobody cares. This is a big cup for the young team like Chelsea, and this is the beginning of something.
Yeah, spot on, bro. Spot on. 100%.
Beginning, just like Jose when he came to Chelsea, he started by winning the Carling Cup back in the day, Carabao Cup today. And that was the beginning of something good. So it's a feel-good factor, and we are back in the Champions League. So looks like things are walking in good direction. So what do you think about the first news today? Yesterday, I made a video. I was like, today, announce Osimhen, announce Gyökeres, announce somebody big, make a statement and all that. But for some reason, we got Liam Delap. What is your opinion about Delap?
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to complain. I think for the price that we got him at, 30 million, from what my understanding is he's not going to be the only guy that we're actually getting. I think it looks like we're signing 2 strikers. I'm hoping and praying the second striker is going to be either Victor Gyökeres or Victor Osimhen. I know there's a lot of strong ties to Ikekite, which could be more likely the guy. But I'm really hoping we pull off something, a masterclass here. We pull the wool over everyone's eyes and we go and get Victor Gyökeres signed up and take him away from Arsenal and Manchester United. Because I think Arsenal thought they had this deal all but wrapped up. The guy is now apparently what's holding. This is what I think is going to hold the Chelsea deal up. My understanding is it's wages that is causing the Victor Gyökeres deal to happen to Arsenal. So if they're not going to pay the wages that he's asking for, I can't see us paying that wage. So I don't know what he's actually asking for in terms of that. But I'm really hoping they can pull the rabbit out of a hat, as they say, and we get this deal over the line. Because I think going to next season with Delap as your number one, I don't think he's the guy to lead the line full on next season. The kid is still 22 years old. Yes, he's had that full season in the Premiership with Ipswich, but for me, we need a proper goal. We need a proper goal machine up top, and that only comes down to 2 players. And I've said their names here: Victor Gyökeres or Victor Osimhen. For me, mate, are the 2 that we should be all going out for. So let's see what they do at this one, bro. Hopefully, it will be good.
Yeah, hopefully they bring some experience. And Mr. Oda, what do you think about the new signing, Liam Delap?
Yeah, I'm very happy, but I expect them to sign Gyökeres or Victor Osimhen. But all times, maybe it's the will of the coach.
Yeah, because he used to work with Delap actually at Manchester City, so he knows him well. Also, they are friends with Cole Palmer and also Romeo Lavia. And we have also, I think, Joe Shields, who is from Manchester City. So he's going to feel at home. And if the manager asks to go for him, and then we have to trust the manager. That means that manager is not only a yes man, but also can have something to say when it comes to who is coming in. So nobody is going to complain next season to say because of the owners just gave him Delap, because we've seen Maresca praising Delap many, many times in press conferences, saying all the good stuff and saying how England is very, very lucky to have good strikers like Delap. So this time around, let's wait and see if it's going to work. So that
but honestly speaking, the guy is doing well for Ipswich Town. Well, because the club that is playing, they don't have a playmaker like Chelsea, who does their left wing, right wing. Come to Chelsea, we have it all, but Johnson is only the missing one there. So if you can come for Chelsea and bench Johnson at least 2 to 3 games and will be scoring goal, even if it's 20 league goal for one season or maybe 18 at least, before 2 to 3 seasons now, is going to improve, I believe.
Yeah, the problem we have now is like we don't really need too much of players that we have to develop. Like DJ said, we need some finished articles. We have so many of those kids that you have to take time, be patient. It's his first season here, blah, 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 blah. This is Chelsea we're talking about here. We are going back to the Champions League. It's unforgiven. That is, you win or you are out, So no more like, oh, man, let's wait. Give him time, 5 more years, and he's going to explode at some point. But yeah, I got the point, and there is no evidence, okay, that your age is a big factor when it comes to scoring goals. We've seen Mbappe, Yamal, and other 20, 21 years old, sometimes leading the line and doing good. So fingers crossed, not everybody is going to be like Haaland, but let's hope that the age is not going to be a factor and is going to start banging in goals, starting by the Club World Cup next, in 2 weeks, not next week. Yeah, what I'm talking about. So if anybody is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, this is the closest location to me. We have to arrange and go and play some soccer outside there, okay? Let's go play some soccer because people get on me, but I can beat you, 5-a-side, We're going to have a conversation.
Yeah, I have a question
Yes,
to
sir.
ask you, sir.
Go on.
Then what about Sancho? Is he staying or going?
Sancho is staying. This morning, a lot of news came out. They told us Sancho is going to be sent back to United, blah, blah. It was trending on social media. And a few hours later, Sancho actually put a piece of paper and a pen on the table, took a picture, and then posted on Instagram, telling people, I am staying here. I am going to stay. And after that, few minutes after that, many other sources started, Sky Sport, Talk Sport, start talking about Chelsea already. They are fine to pay 25 million and keep Sancho. Now, the problem is the salary. Chelsea need to talk and agree on the salary with Jadon Sancho. So he's staying, and I'm fine. I want Sancho to stay. DJ, what do you think about Jadon Sancho staying? You wanted to send him back home?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Listen, the only thing with the only thing with me with Jadon Sancho is we said I think that we all know the guy is a talent.
Mm-hmm.
He's a talent. He's a talent, right? But
Yeah.
he needs to be in a team that needs to provide on the big stage. And I think actually when you get that opportunity to do it at Chelsea, because he wants to be the main player in that team. I don't think he can be the main player in the Chelsea team. I think if you've got to think about it, what it comes down, as you said it already, August, it's about the age, it's about the wages. And I do believe he's on around about 300,000 a week at Manchester United. Is he gonna drop his wages to 150,000 a week? I can't see it happening, bruv. And that's the only way this deal is going to happen, is if he lowers his wage demands. And listen, if they're not going to go all out and get a Gyökeres or Osman because of wages, what makes you think that Jadon Sancho? What makes you think Jadon Sancho's worth that much? I'd rather give that kind of wage of that kind of amount of money to an Osman or to a Victor Gyökeres, right?
Yeah.
But this guy's
let's
no way
say
going to drop
if
his wages.
he accept to take whatever Chelsea offering, are you like personally, would you like to keep him, or you think let's get Leao, or let's get somebody more experienced? Like we've been linked with Nico Williams, we've been linked with Gittens, Leao. What is your choice? Like be frank there. It's not we're just having fun here. Who would you prefer?
No, listen. I mean, he's a good player, Jay. I've always said he's a good player. I think he's just again. I keep saying it. He needs to find the right club that suits him and suits the way he wants to play. And look, I think he's shown at the start of the season when he first started his Chelsea career. He came here. I think he did well in the first 5 or 6 games when he started. I just but then like everyone else, everyone said, well, he dropped off, but it wasn't just him that dropped off. The whole team dropped off after Christmas.
Exactly.
Right. That's why I can't say that. So I can't say it was all his fault. But my thing with Jadon Sancho is it comes down to attitude. And for me, and if he doesn't go out there week in, week out, putting it on as he should do, and playing the game as it should be played, then we all know there's a problem there. And he's very much one of those kind of players that can fall in and out of fall in and out with managers, as we've seen with the Amarin, and we saw it with Ten Hag previously, and we've seen it with others as well. So he is one of those that can fall out with managers. So look, for me, I still say, despite everything he's done, I still say the jury's out for me on him. If we can get if we do send it back, we can get better. Yes, I'm not saying Leao is the answer. I'm not saying, but I mean, look, you look at the players that we have linked with. Leao's been linked. You looked at Rodrigo's been linked. We've also been linked with obviously Gittens and Nico Williams. So Nico Williams, I'm thinking would be good, because obviously on that left side he'll have his power and national teammate Cucurella going up and down with him on that, so they'll know each other's game inside out already from learning from the national team. So that's why I probably would say more. I'd probably go for Nico Williams for me, mate, in terms of that.
Okay, Blue Eyes, Mr. Miami Heat. What's going on, bro?
Yes, sir. Greetings, everybody.
Greetings. Why are you so low?
Greetings,
you're coming from work and you haven't had your breakfast of champions. What's going on? Why is so low energy?
Can I just say something quickly, Oaks?
Yes, go ahead.
Can I just say something before he carries on?
Go.
Blue Ice, Cole Palmer, bruv. What were you saying the other day, man?
Oh my God.
What are you saying now?
I'll talk about Cole Palmer. Don't worry, DJ.
Yeah.
Yes, I just came in from work, but I'm actually happy that you have an evening show, because I watched your afternoon show at work. I didn't watch it live, but I saw the
thank you. All right.
the reruns. I'm like, this guy's back in the evenings. Perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, listen, this Delap business. I'm not a Delap. This business, like, come on, man. Really? Just because of that 30 million? I don't get it. Now, this is what I understand. They're probably bringing him in so that he and Jackson can complement that position. Maybe one guy comes off the bench, one guy starts. I get it, but 30 million for Delap? I don't understand, man. I really don't. You guys, please help me out. I don't understand that business.
But it's not only about like making anybody happy. Yeah, business is good in terms of money, because in today's market, my brother, somebody who played in the Premier League, who scored 14 goals, who is in a certain level, it's very difficult to get in that price. We, Chelsea Football Club, we're spending like 20 million on Kellyman. Have you heard of that kid? Like, where is the kid? We're paying every kid 30 million, 40 million.
Injured.
We have so many people that we spent money and we're not even using. But at least that guy, not only
very good point.
Yeah, in terms of price, good. Second of all, the manager been praising this guy forever. I have all the interview today that I put together in a little video that you can watch later on the Green Turf YouTube channel, where he's been praising him and saying how England are lucky to have somebody like Delap that is coming from Enzo Maresca. Like, he knows him, worked with him for 3 years, and he's also friend with Cole Palmer, Lavia, Joe Shield, people like that. Manchester City, they found themselves at Chelsea. So the fact that the manager knows him and he wants him, that could be something. So even if it doesn't work out very well at Chelsea, we can still get some money out of him because of the price. Yeah, we can make profits.
Well, the way I'm looking at him is...
What I'll also say... Look, what else are you asking the question, plus? What I'll also say to you as well, bro, he's not going to be our main striker, bro. I mean, for me, what my understanding is he's going to be bringing in as an option, but we're going to go for another striker. Now, I don't know whether you agree with me on this one, but I've already said to Augson here, and I've been saying these guys' names for ages. Bring me Victor Osimhen or bring me Victor Gyökeres. I mean, they're the two guys I want to see at the football club.
But for me, that's overkill.
As my main two strikers.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
For me, that's overkill. Victor Gyökeres or Victor Osimhen plus Delap plus what's his name? Jackson. That's overkill.
No, something is going to be done. I think Jackson might be sent on loan or sold or something.
Jackson might be sold.
No,
Jackson might be sold.
You don't do that. You don't do that. You see, guys.
Because if you bring Osimhen and you have a Delap, come on. Jackson, put him on the wing as a winger or something. I don't know. You have to let him go.
Look at Jackson's goal production. And then look at the fact that he's kind of part of the furniture looking at this team structure that we have right now. Jackson is part of that furniture. I know everybody's tradable. I get it. But you already have a guy that if without injuries, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Jackson guy. I want to talk team structure. Without injuries, Jackson can give you 23 GA. True or false?
Yes, true. The first season he had about that amount. Did. Yeah.
He can give you 23, 24 GA. Now, I'm not saying I don't know if he's going to do it again. I'm not sure if that was, a splash in the pan. But if you take Jackson out now, I think that team loses a little bit of chemistry. I think so.
Yeah.
Keep him on, it loses but I know big teams, you take a risk. You get big players leave every day, every night. I get it. But because we're building the owners are building a team. Jackson is part of the puzzle.
But if you bring somebody better than him, and then you might feel it, but not that much because you have some clinical people in front.
It's only Chelsea FC that a fan will sit down and look at Jackson, a ball in front of him with only the keeper to beat, and he passes to the keeper. And that guy has to be a staple of a club that wants to make headway in Europe. Then you know that will be definitely coming from Blue Eyes. I mean, Blue Eyes, sometimes your arguments don't have any footing at all. I don't understand you. I mean, you want us to build a team around the types of what Nico Jackson as our staple number 9. I mean, really? Where is that argument coming from?
Well, he didn't say build everything around him.
He says that
what he said is it's gonna disturb a little bit what we're trying to do, because if
a team, you can say that Jackson, because we've nurtured him and he's been around here, should be part of the squad, not a team that is.
What did I hear? I'm back. Who was talking shit now? Who was talking on his ass? Let me finish here. Let me just finish. Let me finish with my mic. You see, this guy has come to disrupt this place. Can I just talk?
There we go.
I did not.
Can I just talk?
Calm down. Peace.
We had a very smooth going discussion. This guy is coming.
I heard you coming and you made your argument, and I'm making my argument in a very
go Ice. Don't get personal. Yeah.
Okay, so like I was saying, the reason you keep
Nico
Jackson, nobody's here to Jackson. I'm talking about team building. You know why I say this? Remember how everybody was going after the owners? The owners spent 150 billion, blah blah, black sheep, have you earned wool? Look at the team now and tell me if that 150 billion was not what spent.
Yeah, so far it's going slowly and surely, but
No.
Not
Let me
subscribe.
just finish now, please. Now, I beg you.
You ask a question.
I'm
rhetorical,
talking.
say it's
I'm not
rhetorical.
asking you a question, please.
No,
I
but
beg
if you
you.
ask a question on the
I didn't ask you a
panel,
question. Don't tell me whether I ask a question or not. I beg you, Victor. I beg. Try. Victor,
Okay,
you never
so-
chop. Nah, calm down, man. Okay, like I was saying, we were talking about the owners. I said this yesterday in another stream. We're talking about the owners and how they spent recklessly. But if you look at it, they spent right. You understand? So it means their mind is in the right place. They might not be footballing minds, but their mind is in the right place. So keeping Jackson might look like lunacy. But let me tell you, I'm not saying don't go get a striker, but we need 2 strikers, not 3. We need 2 strikers. Simple. If Jackson is going to be the coming off the bench guy, let him be that. But telling me you're bringing, like DJs have said, you're bringing in Osimhen, you're bringing in Delap, and then you want to get rid of Jackson. Come on.
No. Okay, so let me chip in here, and I'm not going to necessarily.
Oh my God, here we go.
Rebut directly what
Here
this
we go.
this
The Victor Bar show. Here we go.
God bless your heart here, right here, blue eyes, and step on the side there. So let's make a real tangible cogent argument.
The
Okay,
Victor Bar Silology.
Listen. This is the deal here, right?
Yeah.
You can have 3 strikers, but one can step back into the 10th position.
Are you guys hearing that feedback?
No.
Somebody needs to mute. No, somebody needs to mute. Sorry, Victor. I'm just saying that there's noise. We can't hear you. There's noise in the background. There's noise in the background. Somebody needs to mute. And then, Victor, when you finish talking, you need to talk about Enzo Fernandez. You remember how you criticized him? You remember how I know, but you remember how you criticized Enzo Fernandez. I want you to talk about him.
I am in the middle of making a point. Can I finish before you interject?
No, I'm not, because I'm not done with the mic. Calm down. Am I done with the mic yet?
Oz, can you regulate this thing?
Yeah,
Because
after I finish, calm down.
Okay, I'm gonna have to structure this a little bit. Ice, go ahead, and then you let Mr. Victor go.
Thank you, Ogs.
All right.
God bless you. God bless you.
Let's go.
Like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted. What the owners are doing is working. I know this is going to sound like the French in some people's ears. What the owners are doing is working. But what I don't agree with is overkilling for the striking position. When we've been able to produce, how many goals did we produce this season, Ogs?
I don't know. My mind is gone right now, bro. I don't do good with numbers.
How many goals did we produce last year?
A lot. So make your point.
What I'm saying is there's no need to bring in 3 strikers here. For what? Jackson is already working. Get another. If you're going to bring Osimhen, fine. Bring Osimhen and Jackson. Let them compete for that position. Don't bring 3 people. That's lopsided.
But the problem is we already brought Delap. The release clause is done. That is done already. And we have Jackson. And we also have Mark Gill. And Romano. And those big journalists there, they are not like my grandfather or whatever. They have sources. They say it's not done yet. They are working on another big striker. That is making us believe that the decision being made, somebody or 2 people are going to leave for sure, because you can't keep all of them. It doesn't make any sense. So that's why everybody is kind of thinking maybe it could be Jackson going, right? But we don't know yet.
If that's the case, I'm not done now. Hey, this guy. I'll be right back. Ogs, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Ogs, I'll be right back. I'll be back in it.
Okay, you'll be right back. Mr. Victor,
Okay.
let's go.
Go.
He's gone.
I don't understand. He won't stay and even listen to any rebut, because that's the kind of argument man he is. Now, he was asking for how many goals was scored. Chelsea was 7th in the Premier League. Okay, the most was scored by Liverpool, 86 goals, and then so on and so forth. And then we were all the way down there. We are not prolific in our scoring. The first half of the year is where most of our goals came from. There is a reason why the entire footballing world is talking about the fact that we need a center forward. There is a reason, and that reason is because Jackson is not working, or at best he is a second striker. For me, I will actually relegate him to the third striker, because his ability to think on the spot is somewhat limited, and maybe that will require him to learn from an experience or somebody who is much more prolific, a striker, or at least he has the natural propensity in front of goal to score. And that is what you do to spur on or to encourage or to challenge those who are still developing when it comes to number 9. Of course, give him the chance to play. But since you are in several competitions next year, you want to make sure you keep as many people around as possible. If you have only 2 strikers and one is not clicking, maybe the other one is injured, you are in trouble. Now, that doesn't mean you should put 3 outright strikers there where 1 is active and 2 are dormant. You are talking about making sure that 1 can play both roles in the likes of, let's say, Nkunku, right? But Nkunku doesn't fit our structure, nor does he even, I don't know if he will succeed in the Premier League. But you need somebody like that when push comes to shove. Today, when, what is it called? When Jackson is on the field, we put wingers up front, you know? That's how inadequate we are in that area. So you have to make sure that if you are challenging, and if you want to win, you could challenge and not get anywhere in any of these competitions. Then, of course, you don't make sure that your focal point, which is your striker, is prolific, you know, and is out there. Now, most teams have a minimum of 2. But if you have 3, but the third one can do more. And I have looked at Delap, right? I have looked at these videos and I've watched him briefly. Of course, my lens wasn't directed at all to his way until recently. But if you look at the way he plays, where he receives the ball sometimes, hell will freeze. And then where he ends up with it, comes in and receiving the midfield, the kind of the role that Palmer plays. But his is done with brute force, not with necessarily any skill. But he still has some skill because he knows how to dribble and all of that. But if you gave that ball to Jackson, 80% of the time he will lose it before he gets to the end position where Delap gets to. Delap is able to get the ball close to the center sometime line and drive all the way to the front. And when he's in the box, in the 18-yard box, his decision making is twice as better than Jackson. Okay, so you cannot come on here and make a blank argument that we are building a team and we have to build around somebody like Jackson. Yes, he can be part of the team, but the caliber of club that Chelsea is, you have to have strikers that can give you the intangibles. Like when you don't expect, they scored a lone goal because they you know, I mean, like we said this afternoon, if it wasn't because of ingenuity of Palmer, we would have been down until probably the 89th minute or whatever. You have to have players that can give you that dribble that you never expected of. And we've stayed with Jackson and we know his capabilities. So Jackson cannot be that person. For me, if he wants to go, fine. But I feel like he has to be the third in terms of the lineup when it comes to strikers. And that's the point I wanted to make. You know, if he will stay and listen. But that's the point I wanted to make.
No, he will be back. He will be back. He just came back from home.
But the thing is this, you have to make these cogent arguments. We all watched the game. We all watched where we were you know, after 2nd of December or something like that. We were going down, we're going down. Now, this is the difference. I know that Delap didn't have any pressure on him at all. Now, at Chelsea, there will be all eyes on him, looking at him from all corners of the world. We'll be looking at the striker that Chelsea will field day in and day out. And if he ends up being that person, he'll be in trouble. You know, there's more scrutiny there than if he were in poor old Ipswich, right? But you could tell the difference between the two players. One had a great team built around him, and he was woeful in scoring. The other had a poor team around him, and he carried the team. So
yeah, let's just wait and see what's going to happen, because we can't.
No. But that doesn't mean that he is going to equal to his amazing success in a team. But you know that if he is getting better passes, if most of the work that he does is being done by this time around Palmer and some other strike force, right? It frees him up. He doesn't have to run too much, and he saves his energy for actual scoring. He doesn't have to do all the work. This is what I do not like about Palmer. Palmer will give you creativity, but not brute force. He won't come and get the ball and bully him his way through.
But it's not like you're talking always about like perfect players here. There are always weaknesses and strength in players. If you can't do that, and then let's focus on what you do best. For you, it's like every single player you have to attack one way or another one. Like because Cole Palmer, you're talking about, he doesn't defend, he doesn't drop back. But if you focus your energy on doing something, Messi doesn't do it. Ronaldo doesn't do it because they focus on their strength. There's no perfect players on this world.
What is the number one duty of any great coach? You look at your player's weakest link and you improve that.
But
area.
why are you blaming players then? Because the
you
manager
have to
is forcing them to play where they don't feel comfortable.
Because you have to be a perfect player for the position you play. I am not saying that Palmer should go and be a goalie, but Palmer should at least contribute. This is what Jose Mourinho always said. He will look at Hazard and say there still should be an improvement in Hazard. And we all held Hazard on a pedestal because we thought he does no evil. But Jose Mourinho will look at Messi and say Messi needs to still improve his game. This is what a great coach does. He doesn't let you rest on your past accomplishments or what you can do best. Can you add to your game? So for me, if I was coaching Palmer, I still tell Palmer, yes, of course you can. There are areas that you are weak, you have to improve. That doesn't mean you'll be best there, but it means that even in that area, that's what I said. Imagine if what is his name? Caicedo scores every now and then. He will be the best midfielder ever.
But he's like, you don't understand that everything is a process. It's not something that you're gonna make in a factory. We are human beings. Even in school, we go for 7 years. I went for 8 years, by the way, in university. But there are steps for a reason. It's not gonna happen overnight. All of a sudden, you are a doctor, and you are pointing fingers on 20 years old, 22 years old, 21 years old, who just started like a full season last season, and it always goes up and down. That's how we all develop. So if we're going to focus on why are you not doing this and you're still in another step of development, there is a problem here. I'm going to come back to you and give you the chance also to respond, but I have to say hi to other brothers who join us, who've been waiting like for 20 minutes. Mr. Oda, are you still there or you still have a problem with your microphone?
No, I'm here.
What you wanted to say, bro?
I want to say something about what you say about Kopama. Because, for instance, I like Kopama for only one reason. Even if in the worst season for Kopama, at least he's there first. Whether he score or he did not score, he's there always. 247 is there. Like this is the first day, like the final game we play. You see that he won the man of the match and did not score, but 2 assists.
Yeah.
That is a player for you. You know that all the time a player will score before you say the player is doing normal. If not for Kopama this season, at least highest top 10 is the Chelsea race for this season. But at least thank God for him. Even if in the worst season of Kopama, is another player for another player to be in the season. Either he score or he not score. Some players they are there struggle to get 1 goal in the whole season. But Kopama is there. Every time, every time, every wing, every time, receive the ball.
Yeah, that's
pass
what I
the
say.
ball.
Palmer, when even on his bad day, he can just pull something out of the bag and save you or do something crazy. And this season, it's been more about the structure, the tactics, many problems in the team that didn't allow individual players to they are confused. And when you see Cole Palmer come out and say, I was sick and tired of and bored of sideways, backward, kind of attacking the manager in the press conference, it tells you many players are feeling the same thing. So we just see what we see, but we don't know what is happening behind closed doors. Even in, like Mr. Oda say here, in his worst season, but still 14 goals in the Premier League. I don't know how many in other competitions, and still create more chances in the entire Premier League. But nobody scores. What do you expect? Imagine Victor Osimhen in front there, or Gyökeres or whatever, Haaland in front. Today we were going to be talking about 20 assists or something crazy like that. But there is nobody. The entire structure was poor. You don't have a number 9. Jackson out for 4 months. It was shambolic.
Let me respond to that.
Yeah.
You guys are talking about Cole Palmer, right?
Yes, sir.
The problem with Cole Palmer is I hope it doesn't come to a time when Cole Palmer will score 20 goals and it doesn't make a difference. If you understand what I mean. I hope it doesn't come to a time because he's last season he scored how many goals? We finished 6th. This season, like Chukwudi was saying, he scored 14 goals, Abi?
Yeah.
15 goals. We finished 4th. The problem with Cole Palmer, which I'm very surprised that nobody mentioned here, is he is left-leaning. He's a left-leaning player. He doesn't play his right foot.
So what is the problem with that?
The problem with that is if you're going to do that, then stay on the left wing. Or stay on
the manager is not allowing you to do it. It's just like Robin, Arjen Robin. He used to do the same thing over and over, but you can't stop him.
Robin is different. Let me tell you something about Cole Palmer. The problem with Cole Palmer, right, is the reason why people are complaining is he's gradually being found out without his left foot.
Of course.
Even yesterday against Betis, it looked like he had a fantastic game, but Betis was shit. With all due respect to my Betis fans, Betis was shit yesterday. That thing Cole Palmer was doing with his left foot, if that was in the EPL, he's down. They're taking him down, man. I'm not saying Cole Palmer is our best player, but the reason why it's a stitch in time saves 9 is what I'm saying. He has to rejig his game. The only thing he does is left. When you get home, guys, just watch Cole Palmer's reels. Left, and he'll keep digging it on the ground. Dig, dim. And then when you react, he'll try to beat you. So for me, Cole Palmer, it's either he lives on the left wing or he gets away from the midfield. Get away, create space for my Enzo and all those guys to eat. He's clustering that midfield because of his single foot. That's all I have to say. Go ahead, Ogs.
Yeah, like I said, I don't see anything wrong. We all have weaknesses. Everybody's going to have one. Messi, Ronaldo, we all have weaknesses. If you're going to focus on, because he's left-footed, yeah. I would prefer that one-leggy guy to score me 22 goals the way he did last season and 14 goals the way he did this season than somebody who can be both fit and whatever and doesn't impact anything. Like I give an example of Robin here, where everybody knows what he's gonna do, but you can't stop him. That is just an example because you talk about somebody who is one-sided only.
Let me tell you something about Robin. Robin only played that left wing. Did you ever see Robin in the midfield?
But because the coach the coach found out that he's only one-leggy, he's one position. I've never seen anybody with one style, one position. You take him out of this position, he's absolutely crap. So they put him where he feels comfortable.
If I can get in here quickly, I feel like when you talk about a complete player, right, and you have argued against absolutes like, nobody is perfect and everything, but some players strive to work on their weaker areas of their games, and that is what makes you a complete player. When from the onset the world knows that you have serious deficiencies, that doesn't catapult you to the upper echelons of the game, and then you continuously work on it. I remember there were times when Hazard would score with his head, and he points to his head because he knows that he's not expected to score with his head. This past game that we played, regardless of what was posted here in an argument, the second goal was a cross from his right foot, I believe, to Jackson's chest, which scored as basically the winning goal of the game that we won the Conference League. So Cole Palmer can work on that in that area. This is a part that a good coach comes in and say, hey, your left is untouchable. Your left leg is untouchable. But can we work, because there will be instances where all you had to do was shoot with your right leg and you still move the ball to your left, and because of that you lost time and the defender was able to block it. So you as a coach have to work on those areas. Anybody can improve. Nobody, even the right footers.
You are absolutely right. Absolutely right. But the progress, development and progress, is not linear. It's year by year. Last season, he scored at least 3 goals from his right foot. At least 3 goals last season from his right foot. I don't know what you're talking about.
You make it seem like just because the years passes by means improvement. No, you have to put the work into it. And also
but the entire team was crap this season. It has nothing to do with Palmer only.
Let me finish my point here. Some players plateau, some players even digress, and you can make countless arguments and examples in your footballing life of examples of people that you thought were linearly growing and they didn't. So when we as pundits or people who are pontificating are talking about it, allows us to talk about it. It's not all growth that are linear, like you are saying. We wish. In our football world, everybody comes in, they walk in, and they play like this, but then you expect them to grow and do a better job. No, you could say that Palmer, the subject of our discussion today, plateaued a little bit in the middle of the season this year. He started very well, and then for a minute there, he couldn't score for his life.
Everybody, brother, what I want you to understand is the entire team kind of plateaued. Look at Malo Gusto. Let me give you just one example. Last season, he was on the team of the season. This season, absolutely crap because he's inverting and playing more as a number 10 than a fullback. Are you going to tell me that that has something to do with him not developing, or the structure and the role that he been asked to play is different than last season?
Let me tell you something about listen, everybody has a good point about Cole Palmer. The problem with Cole Palmer is there's also a self-initiative value that he has to apply. Cole Palmer doesn't know how to hide in a game. I don't know how I have to say this to you guys. He's like a sore thumb. He gets away with murder with what he does. That's why he's a great player. But being a sore thumb and you're trying to be a midfielder is criminal. You have to hide. This is the reason why when I talk about Enzo Fernandez, he's not the best player, but let me tell you something that Enzo Fernandez will do. He's hiding. You don't see him until he crashes the net.
And like some people need to be visible in order to make other people hide. So listen, hold on, let me finish. The reason why I say, I'm not saying you're not supposed to be visible, but for Cole Palmer, right, just to put this thing to bed, send him to the left wing. Put him where his strength is. Even when he's running, how can you show your left shoulder when you're running? How? Even me, that I'm retired now, I'll take you down in midfield. How you show me your left shoulder, Chris? No. You're talking about just one leg. Even the second goal yesterday, he crosses with his right foot. The assist.
My brother, I've been in so many fights. I always use my right, but there are so many times my left hand helped me. I'm not saying you cannot use your left or right leg.
He's also using, even yesterday, the second assist, a cross from the right foot.
It's 10%. It's 10. If he uses his right foot, it's nothing more than 10% in my opinion.
But it's better than nothing, bro.
No, but the boy is not using he's not playing at his potential.
He's still a 22 years old kid. Let him develop. Give him time.
So stop with that. That's why we're a small team. We're no more a big team. When I hear these kind of discussions, when I hear this, it's like we're a small boy team. That's why I wrote small ball in my avatar. We're a small team. Cole Palmer has already shown himself as the best player in West London. Let me sound like the English boys. He's our superstar on the team. So you want him to keep, you want somebody to keep babysitting him. Come on,
Nobody is babysitting him.
Come on, man.
We're going to come back to you. Let's say hi to Mr. Jean-Paul. GP, what's going on, bro?
Hey, we are here, brother. How you doing?
Good. Are you happy with Chelsea winning the biggest trophy in the world, the Conference League?
Absolutely, my brother. I'm so happy because, from there we can build the momentum.
Yeah, a trophy is a trophy, right?
Trophy is a trophy, but for me, I feel shame because our father Roman Abramovich didn't take his own, but we have a new owners. And I know I'm still crying because of that, because it should be his own.
You're still missing Roman? Okay, yeah.
Absolutely, my brothers. I'm still missing my dear. That guy. I don't know. Yesterday I was crying in my bedroom.
the boss, the big boss, man. He is missed, but yeah. But
for me,
yes, sir.
I would love to say my brother, because as a Chelsea fan, I don't know why we keep judging like Cole Palmer, we keep judging our player. This is time like to refresh our mentality, to refresh our bones, to refresh everything. We passed through 3 bad seasons. So Cole Palmer this season, he didn't do by himself. All entire team do and score goals. It's not only Cole Palmer. Like yesterday, Reece James request, I'm going to play on the second half because Reece James, when he came over and he came in, Reece James changed the game. It's not only Cole Palmer. So all entire team, they work together. Let's build the momentum. This striker, my dear, I can tell you, we are all human beings. We are not God, creator. But for me, I know they're gonna buy a proper profile striker number 9. Delap is a future.
Did you hear that we already bought one? Liam Delap.
Yes, my brother.
Did you hear about Liam Delap? What do you think about him? Good or bad?
For me, I'm thinking it's very good because if you put Liam Delap there, he has a good communication with Palmer and Noni Madueke and Colwell. They know each other from under 21. Let's think and applaud for that. And Romeo Lavia and Tosin Adarabioyo, they know each other. I believe if it's not Gyökeres, Osimhen gonna come there. Ekitike is only like mascara, but Osimhen and Gyökeres, they're gonna come.
Are you sure about that? Okay, let's wait and see what's gonna happen.
You
Let's
know,
say hi to another brother who
and
just
the thing is
joined
that
us,
there's a lot
and
of-
we're gonna go around again.
there's
Mr.
a lot of-
McKean, you wanted to say something? Say hi so we can go back to Victor, and then
There's a lot of
we're gonna go around and start. Everybody is gonna have time to talk. Mr. McKean, hello. You are in the building.
Big up.
Big up. Yes.
Hey man, I saw you coming on late tonight. I thought, nah, there's no way. This guy's he's serious. And I saw your stream earlier on. It was very funny. It was very funny.
Oh yeah. I'm here.
Yeah, I liked it, man.
Good. In my location is still night, and now like the sun would disappear like around 9 p.m. But here in Kentucky it's still like 7 p.m. So it's like it's day, still basically day. So yeah.
Nice.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But to what you guys were saying about the whole Cole Palmer situation.
Yes, sir.
You see, the thing is, you need to understand players like that. You have to keep them happy. And at the end of the day, you're taking points. He's only dropping deep here because the midfield is lacking. And you can't pick one player. I don't know who came up with this philosophy of, someone needs to hide. I don't know what kind of football that is. I don't know if that's 2002 football. Like,
I know. All these fans that started watching Chelsea in 2012. All these fans that their parents met in 2012.
Please. There's evolution. Football has evoluted.
All these fans that their parents
all these dribbly guys from the 1990s. They won't survive today.
Did you watch 2012 Champions League? I doubt you watched.
You know Van Dijk here. You can put Van Dijk in your prime team in from the 2000 and these guys. And Van Dijk would be a good player there. The best players of the day who could speak back then. Let's not do that.
In 2012, who scored the goal in 2012 Champions League? How old were you?
Let's not do that. Because at the end of the day, the kind of system that we have, many players have the abilities of what Drogba has. Let's not do that. Let's give legends their props.
That makes sense.
Let's leave football where it was before, and we've moved on. This is a new Chelsea.
You didn't watch it.
Now it's a complete different team. That team wouldn't be doing good in this system today. Let's not do that.
Okay,
even look at Aspilicueta and stuff. Football has changed. Football has evolved. There's evolution. You need to catch up, bro.
It's okay.
Hide.
It's okay.
What kind?
It's okay, my brother.
As a number 8, you hearing yourself.
Hold on. Did anybody?
Do you know how important that position is?
Did anybody watch John Terry?
If anyone has done any football in their life here, they would understand here that's the bridge between the attack and the defense.
Did anybody watch?
So for you to disappear and want a player to disappear like Cole Palmer.
Mr. McKean, let Ice ask his question.
Okay, let me say one more thing. You see Isco, was a prime example, of how you want your 8 to operate. Even though they didn't win, this is what you want. You want him to have character. You want him to help Cardoso and all those guys. For now, even look good. He looked better than he did against West Ham.
We beat them.
We beat them, of course. But this is what you want from your 8. You don't want your 8 to hide and go in the shell just because you want him to look good. You don't do that. Cole Palmer takes responsibility every time.
Let me jump in now, Chairman.
Okay.
So, did anybody watch John Terry yesterday on Talk
His
Sports?
interview, yeah. I did
Okay.
just a little
Yes,
bit.
yes, I
Thank
watch
you.
him. I watch him, bro.
Thank you. So continue your discussion. Whoever was talking that didn't watch Champions League in 2012. Continue talking.
Okay, so what the point you trying to make? Because I'm
Did
confused
you
a little bit.
watch?
No,
Did,
no,
hold
no, no.
on.
I don't know. He kind of confused me about
I
2012.
can't,
I don't know
bro. You're
what.
talking in tongues, bro.
I'm saying, I'm
You're talking
saying
in
that
tongues.
Let me
Cole
Just
tell you
Palmer,
what.
yeah.
be direct. We don't
I've
understand
gone.
what you're
Let
trying
me
to say.
tell you
Listen,
what John Terry said. Hold
I've
on.
gone
Let me tell
against
you
the
what John Terry
argument.
said. Let me tell you what John Terry said. Two simple
Yes.
things.
Mhm.
He said, do you know what he said about Enzo Fernandez?
What he
You're
said, I
changing
don't
the
know.
conversation, you
He
know.
said Enzo. He didn't
This guy
come.
always does this.
Hold
You're
on.
such a runner.
Hold on now.
Let him finish. Let him
Let me
make
land
his
now. This
point.
guy.
Land. Let him land.
This
Okay,
Yeah,
land.
Conte, I know. I'm good. I know.
Wait till they drop on that side. Listen. Guys, Terry said it clear. He said there are two. What did he say? He said Enzo Fernandez is a big game player. You know what he said? He said Enzo Fernandez. He says anytime he's in that stadium watching, he says he wants 11 of Enzo's, 11 of Cucurella's.
Okay.
Calm down. So when you say hide, some people don't understand the science behind hiding in the midfield, and I understand that you don't understand. Go ahead, guys.
No, when you say hide here, I think of Van Bommel from Stoke City. That's what I think of. When you
That's
say hide here,
That's right.
that's the kind of players that need to hide. You don't
That's right.
today's football, you can't afford to do that because you get caught out by Ipswich. You get caught out by little teams. Little teams, Wolves. They'll catch, any team will catch you. It's very competitive now.
I know.
So when it comes to the operation, yeah, you have to give credit where it's due
Did you say
because
you
he
were a coach?
changed the
You said
game.
you were a coach. You said you were a coach.
Yeah.
He's a game. Let me tell you something. He's a game changer, and game changers here. You can't put the responsibility of, oh yeah, we could have had more when he put the game on his back and he gave the two chances
Who is
and the
that?
two very beautiful
Oh my
passes,
God. Chelsea's
very
spoiled.
two good assists.
Chelsea's finished, man. We're relying on those assists. Hey, we have suffered.
But we did.
We have suffered, man.
Catch up. We did.
If
We did
somebody
rely
don't
on it.
assist, you don't score, bro.
Yeah, and then
So
if
that's the
nobody's going to
problem.
do it, someone's going to
The
have to
most
do it, and
important
he
part
did
of
it.
the game is
We are
assist and
suffered.
score. That's the way it is. That's how
Nobody's
football
And
is.
yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, bro.
Someone's got to do it.
Go
Somebody
ahead.
gotta do
Yeah,
it.
and,
I can't
yeah.
believe it. Hi, Chelsea's gone. Hi. We have suffered.
Okay, so
Okay.
Jadon Sancho, Mr. Fabrizio Romano just confirmed now that there are active talks between Sancho's camp and Chelsea right now to figure out and sign the document, but Chelsea already accepted to trigger the option to buy him, so he's not going back. Now discussion is happening between agent and Chelsea Football Club. So by tomorrow, in the next 24 hours, we might figure out if Sancho is gonna stay or he's 90% staying, but you never know. The last minute he can say, no, the money you offering me is not enough, and somebody's gonna give money, and I'm leaving. But it's now in Sancho's hands, not in Chelsea's hand. They wanna keep him, so that's what is happening.
Problem. I'll jump in really quick and give you guys the
Go
problem. The problem with Sancho is he's carrying a very heavy contract, and what these owners are doing with the football structure at Cobham is it's not like they cannot afford his contract, but they don't want to bring that structure into what's cooking right now.
Yeah.
And Joe, I don't think Jadon Sancho can command that commercial respect to say with that contract. You're not an Osimhen. You're not a who else is commanding big numbers now. So it might come down to Sancho actually walking away just because of money. That's all I have to say.
I don't blame him. He still has like 2 years at Manchester United, and he is getting paid 350K. So if he say I'm not going anywhere, you have to pay me my contract, and then that.
And he walked. Remember, he walked away with the European Cup yesterday. So
okay, yeah, his value is up. All right. Ooh, man, this is good discussion really. But I think he's gonna make some compromise. He's gonna compromise.
Oxygen, question oxy.
Yeah, go on, bro. What question?
Yes, I would like to ask. My question is about: are Chelsea able to buy a new defender like Michael Gay? Because I see the news is saying like Maresca is being involved for the transfer strategy, and is admirer and fan of Mark Guehi, the former Chelsea defender. And what my brother was telling there about John Terry press conference, I think John Terry gonna be involved for this transfer strategy. They're gonna give him a chance to talk in the dressing room, because right now the all old players and the former Chelsea players like Ramirez also, he was celebrating yesterday like a crazy in the night.
Yeah.
They need, yes, if everybody can see on the Instagram and everything, is my friend to Instagram. He was crazy yesterday
So
and
the point
throwing
you're
the
trying to make is like they have to sign Mark Guehi, right?
yeah, they need to sign like Mark Guehi, and I think Tori also talk about Vikayo Tomori to come back.
Yeah, he went.
Yes, so
Well,
between
what you
there,
have to understand also is that's what he's supposed to say. John Terry is Chelsea through and through from the academy. So he's going to back all his boys from the academy. He's not going to say you are crap or something. He's going to just, even if he says...
Enzo is not a Chelsea boy, so let's get that straight.
That is, we're not talking about the Enzo here. We're talking about the Mark Guehi and Tomori, right? So
it's going to kill me.
I forgot even what I was going to say.
No,
So I think there is a little bit of bias, from John Terry when it comes to talking about those academy product. Even if he knows that they are not in the level, like you will see him praising Rhys James. Oh, he's a good captain. Not everybody is gonna be John Terry, but deep inside, he knows that this guy is not captain material. Because to be a captain, sometimes you have to get into it. You have to get on people's nerves sometimes to get something from them. So John Terry would never say exactly what he thinks about Chelsea Academy product or Chelsea Football Club, because he's still getting paid by Chelsea. He's still coaching the academy. He got a big role. He's an ambassador.
Tomori, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Tomori and Maguire, who's the better defender?
Tomori been gone for almost 2 years now. Like he's suffering with a lot of injuries. So I don't know really the level of Tomori right now. Like this season. Yeah, the season is already over. He didn't play a lot. He didn't play a lot.
What about Prime Tomori? What about Prime Tomori?
Prime Tomori, like I know him. As a Chelsea fan, I will be biased on this one, but Maguire is not that bad too.
Talk football, Ogs. Don't forget about bias. Talk football.
That's what I say. I just can't remember the Maguire, the Tomori of Milan or young Tomori when he played very good in the first season at Chelsea. That is a different.
Tomori of Milan.
Huh?
Tomori of Milan. Because Maguire, there was Leicester Maguire and Manchester Maguire. So Tomori of Milan.
No, brother, I'm sorry to interrupt you like in polite words. You can compare Tomori from Milan and Maguire from Manchester. You should put maybe Maguire from Leicester.
No.
It's disaster.
No, listen. Maguire from Leicester, if you want to compare Tomori to Maguire from Leicester, then Tomori is not good enough. That's what I'm saying. If you want to talk about Tomori, compare Tomori to Maguire at Manchester. Very sensitive argument. Who do you think is a better defender?
From Manchester, I would say Tomori won the Scudetto in the league where defenders are kings over there. When you make it in Italy, you are a very good defender. Yeah, so he made it and he won the Scudetto, the Italian league over there. Yes. He won a few trophies with them. So I would take it Tomori. Okay, because Maguire was a catastrophe. Now he's playing as a number 9 under Amorim. Number 9. I'm not even joking. He's playing as a number 9.
Yeah.
Stop.
I'm telling you the truth. Ask everybody.
Montero just tell him who scored the goal. Who scored the goal? Offside goal. He was number 9.
Yes, like the last minute he will be on the bench, and the last 10 minutes. This guy Amorim put him as a number 9. Like I'm not even joking, bro. Google it, you're gonna see it. Maguire is the best number 9 at Manchester United right now.
Yeah, just like Cucurella is the best number 9 at Chelsea.
No, that is a different role. But Maguire really, they made substitution. They take somebody like Rasmus Højlund. They put Maguire. I'm not kidding.
Is that in the game? Is that in the game like that happened in Asia?
Not
game?
that one in the Premier League and in the conference, in the Europa League against Lyon. Bro, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even trying to be funny.
Declan Rice played centre back. We see midfielders play centre back, so it's no big deal. It's no big deal.
That is different than when you have Zexi and you have Rasmus Haaland. You have attackers there, and somebody prefer to put a centre back as a striker. That's what I'm talking about here. So why are we even here? We were talking about comparing centre backs and Tomori and Maguire. I would take Tomori in my humble opinion, but I could be biased. But I know that Tomori, when he's fit, that brother is very good.
Yeah,
better than Maguire. Yeah,
he's very fast. What about here? Tomori fit against Chalobah.
Tomori fit against Chalobah. Very good question. Well, Tomori, I didn't.
Chalobah is the beast.
So I didn't see Tomori much at Chelsea because the first season he was good. The second season he didn't play a lot and he moved to Italy. So, and Chalobah, I've seen him for 3 years now. Doubters, like people would doubt him. Chelsea would try to sell him and people disrespect him, but he always comes on top and prove people wrong. So I'm going for the son of God, Mr. Trevor Chalobah. Yeah.
The son of God. Okay. Yeah, man. Listen, defenders are very. That position runs prime in world football today. It's hard for you to pin down a top class defender. If not, for me, Bastoni was my guy. But Bastoni, I'm not even sure about Bastoni these days. To actually, if you want to say who is the best defender in world football right now,
well,
it's hard
people would talk about Van Dijk. People would talk about
There you go.
About I don't know. Yeah, it depends. Depend on who you ask about.
Well, Van Dijk is absolutely the best for me. Best defender. I like Bastoni, but Van Dijk best defender in the world right now. Right now, the way he cut his energy, is everything is going to be all right.
And then you have also to give some respect to the Arsenal defense, Gabriel and Saliba, because they've been doing pretty good. They've been like
please Oxy, don't kill my heart. Don't talk Arsenal here.
Well, I have a you know a channel and I have
how you see brother Augustin, how you see Robbie, how he's talking shit about our blue color.
Don't mind,
brother. Don't talk any shit.
Me, let him be dishonest, but I will give credit where credit is due. They've been in the last 3 days. You know, Van Dijk is his own class, but below Van Dijk, you have to put those guys.
No.
Gabriel,
no way,
and you know,
for me, no way,
Saliba.
no way.
So
no,
who are you gonna put after Van Dijk? Tell us.
Very good question. What's his name?
Hoyson, Dean Hoyson.
No.
Diaz from you know.
No. This guy plays
what
for
team?
He plays for PSG.
Oh, Marquinhos.
There you go.
Well, I didn't know that we were talking about other.
Oh, you're talking EPL. If you're talking
leagues.
EPL, okay. If you're talking EPL.
Yeah, but in Europe, you can make a case. Very, very good one. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Marquinhos. Yeah.
Marquinhos is my guy. But in EPL, man, like I said, defenders, they run at a prime rate. There's not a lot of defenders in world football. So if you even want me to think about it, man, it's hard for me. It's hard for me, man. After Van Dijk, I don't know who else.
Konate can make a case also from Liverpool because there's a very good pairing there.
The problem with Konate doesn't have a problem, but Konate is a putting out the fire defender. You need somebody that stops the attack before it gets to the defense. That's a defending brain. Konate is the guy with pace that he puts up all the fires. Okay, quench it. But a class defender, a leader, is a guy who puts out the attack. So it's hard. For me, Konate is he's a great defender, but he's a different personality.
What do you think about Rudiger, beside his injuries and his antics?
Yeah, Rudiger is at least top 10. Rudiger is top 10. He's agile. Rudiger is the senior brother of Konate. he's a Kunate senior level. I want to think,
sprinters.
yeah, sprinters, exactly. I want to think of somebody who's.
But you guys are looking all the way over there. Yeah, I think you guys should look in your backyard.
Who? Tosin
Look at
Adarabiayo.
Tosin's numbers. Look his numbers.
Tosin.
My problem with Tosin, Makin.
Look at the numbers. They're kind of crazy.
My problem with Tosin, right? And I say this to everybody, even when I'm drinking and talking football, is he doesn't, for some reason, he hasn't commanded a spot in the team. That's my only. Tosin is my guy from Fulham.
Bro, we talked about this, bro. Let's not get into it. Getting in a team doesn't necessarily depend on the player. You can be as good as you can, but if the manager.
Bro. Ox, I'm talking about.
There's no justice on this one,
bro. I know there's no justice, but if you've played you've played the game and you understand politics of a team. I don't know if you understand politics of a team.
Yeah, the politics are there. Yeah,
but for me, right, Tosin is supposed to boss his way into into the pivot in the back. For me, he's supposed to be one of the two. For me, look at Cole Will. Cole Will was shit. I remember about 7 months ago, everybody was calling for Cole Will's head. But for me, Cole Will bossed his. For me, Cole Will should be captain in that team. That's what I call character, bossing your way into the team. Listen, if Cole Will had followed how the fans and how Mauricio Pochettino was treating him, and he tried to be a good boy, Cole Will would have been on the bench. True or false?
Waffle. That's a big waffle.
Really?
You want your captain, that can't control his emotions and to be the first guy to get a red card.
No, but you know what?
That's the biggest waffle I heard. Tosin has got the character of a captain.
Let me tell you something.
21, 22 years.
Let me tell you something about Cole Will.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me tell you something. If it's like when I started, you remember? I don't know about you guys, but you remember when I started driving my dad's car? I remember 14, 15. I calmed down. I was crazy. I calmed down because that's a responsibility. You're behind the wheels of your pop's car. You take a captain's band and you give it to Cole Will. You will see a different kid. Especially he's a Chelsea boy. He's a Chelsea boy through and through.
You know, the problem, I agree with you in certain way, but the problem also with Cole Will is a kid learning from a kid. Like he didn't have, like John Terry, he had people like Viali, he had people like Marcel Desailly, Didier Deschamps, people who've been captain, who've been there and done it. And when Terry said that they allow him to be the captain when they were playing there, they took the armband. They say, you are the future. We are already gone. Like our time is done. Yeah. You are the future, so you have to accept this captain armband. And they were teaching him, getting really tough on him, and teaching him how to be a man. What a 21 or 20 years old Cole Will is going to learn from another kid.
Let me something about Cole Will.
Yeah.
That position he plays is also a very sensitive position. There's an element of responsibility involved there. Playing in that
but
way.
At the same time, you're talking about sprinters here, but Cole Will's a sprinter himself. But he's not leading from the back like Tosin is.
Makin, God bless you. You're absolutely right. But the difference with Cole Will is he's rugged, and if he can internalize that ruggedity, if he can keep it somewhere and use it once in a while, we're fine.
Yeah, the potential is there. He did it with Chalobah a few times, but on the ground scheme of things, Tosin still has that role, that demanding first-hand role.
Yeah, say something.
Go ahead, my brother.
Go on.
Okay, yeah. From me, what I'm saying, like Colwell for sure should be a captain band because yesterday I see a good emotion from Cobham, bloody Cobham, because the entrance of Reece James and Levi Colwell plus Chalobah over there, it was a big fight. They are playing for the badge. Even if you see Reece James after the scoring goal and everything, he go on the head of Enzo Fernandez and kick his head. I don't know if everybody see that.
I know they were just like and they shake hands like boom.
That kind of emotion for me. We all Christian. Everyone believe what he believe in God, but we were different. For me, when I was at work, then I say, no, God, can I work or can I follow my work with the phone or I can watch the TV, my players. So for me, when I was saying Enzo Maresca putting like slow man, like Benoit Badiashile, what Benoit Badiashile is doing there, put Shaloba and Levi Cowell there.
No,
Then
no,
bring
no.
back the men.
Jean-Paul.
Been doing
Jean-Paul.
good in the last few years.
Jean-Paul. JP, Jean-Paul. Jean-Paul.
President.
Listen, I don't. There's one credit I can't believe I'm giving out this credit, but I'm gonna have to give this manager credit for yesterday. There is something about giving back to the guys that put in the work. And that's exactly that's why he played all those guys. He gave them a chance.
Almost cost us, though.
I know,
this is a final. This is business. The end of the day.
I know.
This is business. The end of the day.
Let me say something.
Yeah.
When you tell those guys to play, you're telling them, "Yo, this is it." So listen. Show me that we can win in the first half. That's what you're telling these guys. The guys came in and they stunk up the joint. Guess what? Next season, if they get benched, they won't even talk shit. Watch next season. If you get benched for 4 games, you won't say shit, and that brings a level of discipline. It brings there's some guys that will always complain, "Why am I on the bench? Why am I on the bench?" You give them a rope to go and hang themselves.
But also you can also set people to failure because the Conference League is only. Let me finish this.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Like the Conference League is not like the Premier League. They don't play together often, right? They will play after a month or after 2 months or whatever it was. So you compromise the people that play week in, week out, who got chemistry, who know how to play. And we were not playing against Astana. Okay, we were playing against a very good team with a good manager, with experienced, good players, world class, some of them. So in that case, even if you brought us to the final, okay, and Nkunku is the top scorer in that competition.
Yeah.
Why you didn't stay? So why Nkunku didn't play?
Oh, the guy. No,
so
Nkunku had. No,
what I mean, let me land.
Go ahead.
So what I mean is. Just because Nkunku scored more goals, and you know how crap he been lately, and he's not there. His head is already gone.
No, but
and you're gonna say, my brother, just because you played all this competition, let's start.
You don't understand. Ogs, you don't. Hey, Ogs, Kai, can't believe you said that. I can't believe you said that, Ogs. Chai, Ogs, no, don't say that loud. The reason, listen, the coach already has put this guy away. The guy is this guy's not in his plans. Nkunku is not. He's not that guy. His ability is not letting him play on this team. One. Number two, if you're given a risky job, it's your chance to take it and get a shirt. It's your chance. And if you stunk up the plate, listen, they didn't do too bad because we were just down 1-0.
It could have been without Jorgensen, right?
Yes.
Without Jorgensen, Isco was going to score like 2 screamer, and it was going to be 2-0 in the first half. And by the time you make changes and correct the situation, it's already too late.
No, the reason
if Jorgensen didn't make those saves, bro, we were going to be crying and Maresca out right now.
The reason I like what happened yesterday, right? It's what you call, ladies
because
and
we won.
No, Ogs, Kai, calm down. Ogs, calm down. The reason I like what this man did yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, it's called being ballsy.
Which mean what?
It means you took a risky decision.
Okay.
You as the number one man, you took a risky decision and you put the young kids to come in and play. You want to give them a chance. Listen, if you want to be in my team next year, here's your chance. And they stunk up the joint. So there's nothing wrong. Maresca is going to go back and say, okay. This guy, get out of here. This guy, It's easy mathematics for Maresca.
It's a risk.
It's a risk.
Because it's paid off, now we are praising him. But
absolutely.
My friend, we were like few seconds away from bottling it, and today the language was going to be different.
But
the narrative was going to be different.
This is how you build. Listen, as a coach, this is how you build balls. This is how you go in front of the camera and say F off. For all the fans that were talking shit, F off. This is how you build balls. So again, if you don't do that, you become a sheep in the land of lions. He had to do that. What he did yesterday for me, listen, fantastic idea. Fantastic. It was risky, but it's high risk, ladies and gentlemen, like Jorginho. High risk, high reward. high risk, high reward. If you don't take risk, you ain't going nowhere, especially with these young teams.
But I mean, the thing is, I don't mean to be, but nobody associates risky and bold attitudes with Maresca. He is the most contemplative and pragmatic coach I've ever known. He comes out and tells us that if you pass forward, he will sit you down. And look, it is reflected on our field all the time. We have the slowest build-up in the entire Premier history. What is it called? Premier League history. We passed to the side more than any other, to the point that one of our playmakers had to come out yesterday and denounce that approach. I mean, sometimes we have to associate what we are saying to what the rest of the world can see. Like,
no, I don't follow the choir. That's the difference. That's why I'm a football guy.
Right,
no, it doesn't mean. Listen, it doesn't mean I'm right. Whether it doesn't mean I'm right.
You're telling us to disown what our eyes can see because you don't follow the choir. What kind of philosophy is that?
What eyes did you see? What did you see? What did you see? What did you see? Let me understand. What did you see yesterday?
What I see is we are the most lethargic team in the league.
Okay,
that is why we are fourth.
That's in your head. That's in your head. But how can you be the most lethargic, sir? How can you be the most lethargic team? And you
relatively speaking, because of the kind of investment.
Oh, no, okay. Now it's relatively.
No, listen. Any team, the teams that came from the championship and are going back down.
Yes.
They can ascribe it to so many other reasons. One of them is investment.
Yes.
We don't have that problem.
Yes.
There's a reason why their expectations in different leagues. When you talk about big boys, what does that entail? Big boys means that you don't. Let me finish.
Yeah,
big boy means you may have bigger stadiums. Big boy means that you have more fan base. You have the money to push it, and then you attract these things because of your also sometimes your history. We have all of that. So those are the people. Those are the teams that Chelsea has to compare themselves with. When I tell you that we are lethargic, I'm not comparing you to Sunderland. I'm not comparing you to Southampton. I'm comparing you to the one that won, whom you were behind 2 points in Christmas, but you ended up being 24 points behind them. So something shifted in your way of playing. We can see this, Ice. And so when you come in here, you're posting these arguments, like as if we should not believe because you are contrarian, so you must be right. No, we can see it. You cannot tell us that what we see we should forgo and say that, okay, there is something hidden beneath it. I live in a world of evidence. Give me the evidence. What is behind it that we haven't seen? When a coach goes out there and denounces his own players and tell them they are not ready to win, but then when they are not winning, he comes out and says that people that are critical should F off. You yourself started denigrating the team. Nobody did. When we were 2 points behind, you said we were not ready. Now we are showing we are not ready, and you tell us that, people that were criticizing the team, based on what? Based on our investment. How else do you criticize a team then? How then do you analytically talk about a team? Based in history? Based on what you have done? Based on the players? And all of that.
Let me tell you
when we talk about it,
let me tell you something.
Of top things we have no right to talk about that.
Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. You see, it's sometimes when I talk how many people played the game and got paid to play the game, it sounds as if I'm being
arrogant.
It sounds as if I'm being arrogant. Thank you. So let me give you let me see if I can come up with an analogy. So you have the presidency of a country making decisions, and you have the fans, you have the citizens making their own decisions. Do you think what the citizens see from the presidency is always in sync?
Bro, I'm lost. Listen, I'm hungry. My head is going. Get to the point. Make a point.
What I'm trying to say is, when a coach makes a decision, the fans listen. That's why you're a fan. You're not a coach. You don't understand there's one thing for a fan to be happy that yes, your team is supposed to play like this, but there's another thing about the politics that is managing the team. And as a fan, if you don't know, you don't know. So if Enzo Maresca made that decision yesterday, I don't know this lethargic thing. I don't know where it came from, but so be it. We still finished fourth. But if Maresca was, if you think Maresca was criminal yesterday, look at the results.
But my friend, the result at the end is what is the most important.
Absolutely.
But what are we saying here is why take risk when you have risk gems. Your captain, you bench him.
You have to take. Ogs, let me say something before you continue. Ogs, you're going to continue. You have to take risk to build characters. Go ahead, Ogs.
Like I said, this is a final. this is a cup day. Why did we put ourselves in a
Yes.
situation where we could have been 3 behind, and you
Yes.
have Rhys James, and you
Yes.
put Badiashile? Tell me,
Yes.
Badiashile and Chalobah
Yes.
is a terrible pairing. And
But
then
let me-
you take Gusto, you
Yes.
put him in the midfield. He was
Yes.
losing the ball over and over and over again. We
Ox,
were
I don't get
in
it,
one. We were just lucky if that second goal went in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isco.
Ox, but
Okay,
again,
we were
again,
going. It looks like you scripted. You knew that. Okay, it's gonna be this way. So I'm gonna make a change. So I'm gonna look a genius in the second half.
Ox,
This
Ox,
is
so, Ox,
football. It's not
Ox,
scripted.
Ox, my
We
brother,
were
this is-
lucky.
Ox, this is simple. This is simple. Yeah, how many goals did we concede? Hold on. How many goals did we concede with the rookies? 1 goal. And if you look at that 1 goal, how did
Because
Isco-
the goalkeeper, how many one-on-one
Hold
they
on
got?
now.
We got
Ox,
torn
Ox, hold on.
apart.
Hold
It was
on
just
now.
a fact. It's just luck, pure luck that Chelsea
so
have,
that same
because
that
we are
same luck.
Chelsea.
Hold on, that same luck that governed Betis is the same luck that governed these young kids. You say a cow that doesn't have a tail, God will pursue the flies for him. That's what happened yesterday. Yes, we played rookies, but look at the score. 1-0.
Guys, the sickest analogy I heard all week.
What are you talking
You make
about?
me sick. I'll go back down, man.
The sickest analogy in the Bible.
A cow that doesn't have tail, God will pursue the flies for him. That's simple. So those rookies came in and God pursued the flies for them. Listen, we only came out. Listen, the reason why the senior players came in and played well is because of that 1-0 that was waiting for them. That's why the senior players came in and fixed the whole shit.
But it could have been worse because,
You're
first
talking
of all,
about-
let me tell you what. It
Yeah.
wasn't even like a bunch of kids playing. All of them are senior. The problem is they got different level. Badiashile is 24 years old already, so it's not a kid anymore. And Chalobah also is 25 years old. And Malo Gusto is 21, 22 very, very soon. But what are we talking about here is about the pairing and about the event. Main event is just like this is the main event, and you bringing a bunch of whatever. You bring your leader in.
Especially in main events. Listen, we don't do those things. Make us an anyhow team. Those things you're talking about, very predictable, very lazy, very boring. You play the expected. I'm not here to defend. You guys know how I feel about Maresca. He's got to leave my club. But I'm talking about the decision he made. That's what builds characters in a team. But the fans are waiting for, why don't you play James? Why don't you play this guy?
But you see, his idea wasn't like, we're going to suffer and then we're going to bring big boys. His decision was made based on we're going to beat them. It's too easy.
Okay? Don't look at it like this. No, don't look at it like that.
So he knew exactly what was going to happen. That's why he planned all that, right?
Yeah, Ox. Hi, Ox. Ox, my brother. Let me tell you what he did. Maybe this will make you understand. He threw them to the wolves. Oh, guys, can we talk football? He threw them to the wolves. Get out if you can survive. Get out. You're my guy. That's exactly what happened. He actually threw them to the wolves. So calm down,
and
guys.
what if they were eaten by the
there
wolves?
You go. It's the what if, right? If you think about
because it could have been because we were lucky. It was one hit the post, another one amazing save. We were torn apart. It was like men against kids in the first half.
What if John Terry never conceded a red card in 2012? Do you think we should have won that game? I don't think so. As soon as he considered that red card, the energy of the team changed. The energy of that team changed. And Ox is going to tell me
those things. Listen, those things are not planned. Those are accident, and you react to the situation immediately. You're talking as if everything